name's Laura. Welcome to Lay Low Yoga and Wellness. Today we're going to be doing a relaxing, decompressing practice, something to help you find a little bit of peace, a little bit of reset, whatever it is that you might feel like you need today. So grab some things that you think you might like. I want to use a bolster today. You might want to have your blocks. You could even grab a rolled up blanket or a blanket to keep yourself warm and cozy. So let's get our things together and get started. We're going to start today's practice in a reverse corpse pose. That just means lying on your belly. So go ahead and bring yourself down onto your mat. You might want to take your bolster and slide it right underneath your hips to give you a little bit of extra support. If that feels too high, you might want to use a rolled up blanket or your blocks, or you can just lie flat, whatever it is that feels good to you. We're going to bring our hands to stack one on top of the other and bring our forehead to rest on top of our hands. If it feels okay and safe for your neck, you might want to turn your head to one side. That's really up to you how you choose to bring that pose to life. You can have your eyes open or closed, whichever feels good to you. And we just want to begin by bringing a little bit of stillness to our body and to our mind, softness to our breath. Maybe we begin by feeling where our body is touching the floor. Even noticing if you feel hot or cold, comfortable. Maybe you're feeling soft in some spots, tight in others. Just noticing and observing how your body is feeling. And we start to pay attention to our thoughts, tuning into our state of mind right now. Maybe we feel like our mind is very busy. Maybe we're feeling relaxed to begin with. You might notice thoughts running through your mind, trying to remind you of all the things you need to do. Just observe what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and how it's presenting itself to you now that you're paying attention. We start to notice our breath, feeling our bodies maybe gently pressing away from the floor, softening into the floor as we breathe in and we breathe out. Start to see if we can take that breath a little bit slower. Maybe longer breaths, deeper breaths. on both the inhale and the exhale. Start to notice our body's movement in conjunction with that inhale, filling up the lungs, gently pressing away from the floor, and then we exhale and allow the body to sink and relax. We notice as we breathe in, maybe a little bit more clarity, a little bit more energy, joy as we breathe in. And then as we exhale, we soften our thoughts, releasing any stress, anxiety, even that to-do list. On your next inhale, slide your hands right underneath your shoulders and press away from the floor. Let's bring our knees out to the edges of our mat, big toes together, sliding your hips back towards your heels. We can reach the hands toward the top of the mat, stack the fists right under the forehead, or drape the arms alongside the body to come into a wide child's pose. Come back to your breath. As you breathe in, feel that peace and relaxation coming in through the crown, sliding down your shoulders, down your spine to your hips. And as you exhale, feel that breath pulling any stress in your body or your mind up through that spine and right out through the nose. And on your next inhale, let's bring both hands right underneath the shoulders. Press up gently away from the floor. Extend your right leg long on the mat and flip your left shin until it's parallel to the edge of the mat. Slide that left hip out to the left and start to bring the hands down, coming into a Sphinx pose with your legs in a half frog. You can stay right here on the elbows, or if it feels okay for you, drop the hands down and begin to drop the forehead right on top of your hands.
maybe imagine that inhale, bringing some of that energy and joy into your left hip. And then as you exhale, you can feel that hip begin to relax toward the floor and open up. On that inhale, let's bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press away from the floor. And bring your knee back to the edge of the mat. Slide that right knee to the edge of the mat. Returning to your wide child's pose. Same options, maybe reaching the hands, resting your forehead on the mat or a block. Maybe stacking the hands, maybe draping the arms. On your next inhale, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders once again, pressing away from the floor. This time we lengthen out through the left leg. Straighten out that right shin as we slide the right knee out to the right, lower down to the floor. Starting in the Sphinx with a half frog on your legs. Staying here if you like, or moving that forehead down toward the mat. Your decision. Bringing your breath right into that right hip. And letting that breath pull any tension out of the hip as you exhale through the nose. Inhale, bringing the hands under the shoulders, pressing away from the mat. Once again, returning to your wide child's pose. Any version you feel comfortable with. Bring the hands right underneath the shoulders now. Pressing away from the floor. Bring your knees side by side. Walk the hands slowly back toward your body. Take a deep breath, reaching the arms out and up. Exhale, bringing those hands down to the mat. right underneath your shoulders. Fingers spread out nice and wide. So you can see the mat between your fingers, knees underneath your hips. Find your tabletop position here. You can always be up on your knuckles if that's more comfortable for your wrists. Take a deep breath, lift the gaze, drop the belly, lift the hips for cow pose. Exhale, scoop the hips around the spine, tuck the chin for cat pose. Take a few cow and cat, just going at your own pace. And returning to table. Tuck your toes under and start to walk your hands back toward the legs. Take a nice big deep breath up. Exhale, letting the hips sit down onto the heels. Give yourself 3 breaths right here. Nice stretch for the bottoms of your feet. Bring the hands down to the floor, just at the fingertips here. Rock back onto your feet. Finding ball of yarn, wrap your arms around your legs, tuck your chin. Pause here for one more breath. Once again, placing your fingertips on the mat, let your heels come down, keeping a generous bend at your knees, ragdoll, allowing your belly to rest on top of your thighs. We reach the arms up for the opposite elbows and let the head hang. Maybe we're shaking that head, yes and no, or just letting it hang. You can even move the body here if that feels good for you. And then we find some stillness, letting the arms drop toward the floor. Begin to lengthen out through the legs into a forward fold. If you still have some bend in your knees, that's fine. And on your next exhale, slowly rolling it up, 1 vertebra at a time. Gentle squeeze through the glutes to push the hips forward. Unload your spine. And bring your shoulders up to the ears, back and down, palms forward. To come into a mountain pose. Let's bring those hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms high. Exhale, lean out to your left. Standing half crescent, lifting the right side of your ribs up away from the right hip. Inhale to the center. Exhale, leaning out to the right, lifting the left side of the ribs up and away from your hip. Inhale and reach. Exhale, cactus the arms. Little back bend, opening the chest. Inhale and reach. Exhale into that forward fold, nice and slow. Maybe you take it to ragdoll. One breath in and out. Inhale and roll it up. 1 vertebra at a time. Squeezing at the glutes, rolling through the hips. Inhale, reaching both hands high. We cactus the arms. Inhale, reaching those hands high. Exhale, reach the left hand back, right hand forward to come into a standing twist. Working the hips toward the front, unloading your spine. Inhale, sweep that left hand down, then up. Exhale, cactusing the arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, standing twist on the other side. Inhale, sweeping the right hand down, then up. Cactus those arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, forward fold or ragdoll. Let the fingertips come down to the mat, little bend here at the knees, walking the hands out, drop down to the knees. Find your tabletop. Nice and long through the spine. Let's pull the right knee behind the right ankle and go ahead and flip that right ankle behind the left wrist and sit back. Keeping a bend at both knees, walking the fingertips toward the top of the mat. Take yourself as deep as you feel comfortable with. Maybe you're on your forearms. Keeping the spine nice and long. We walk the hands back. Switch legs that are in the front. Walk those hands out. You may find you have the ability to go a little deeper on one side than the other, and that's okay. That's pretty normal. And you start to walk those hands back toward the body. Bring the legs out in front of you. Hands alongside your legs. Slowly let yourself roll on back. Maybe on top of some blocks or your bolster to find some openness for your upper back. So find the right placement for you. Allowing the arms to come alongside the body and the knees to fall toward the outer edge of your mat, bringing the soles of your feet together. Bring the soles of the feet flat on the floor, knees are still bent. Tuck your chin, looking toward your knees. Just pull yourself off of the blocks or blanket or floor, whatever you chose to use. Move them off to the side. And then we slowly roll back down to the floor. Bringing our feet to the edges of the mat, letting the knees fall together. Palms up, wherever feels comfortable alongside your body. If you want to feel a little more energy coming into your body, palms down. If you want to feel a little bit more grounded, let's take 3 breaths here in our restorative pose. You can stay here in your restorative pose as we start to move into Shavasana, where you can extend the legs out, roll onto your side, or find whatever position is really comfortable and comforting for you. We start to feel that breath coming and going. Let each inhale and exhale assist you in letting go, softening, welcoming this season of relaxation. Embrace the healing power of the pause. Let yourself turn inward and retreat, prioritizing quiet time and introspection, and intentionally settle into this season. Take this time to preserve your energy and return to your core self so you can emerge restored and able to support your dreams and visions for the future. Come back to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Welcome this regenerative season. Allow yourself to pause and withdraw. Reflect on the past that you've had. Accept rest and relaxation into your body and into your mind. Listen to your inner wisdom. Ask yourself what you want to let go of. Create some space and some clarity. Ask yourself, what would help you feel more balanced? Let yourself be open to any insights that come up. And then ask yourself, what will help you feel more connected to yourself and to others? What is coming up for you? Let yourself continue to sit in this space, dropping into the feelings and thoughts that come up around it. Please stay in your Shavasana for as long as you are able. When you feel ready, gradually making your way to a seated position, letting your chin drop, letting your head gently move side to side. Slowly opening your eyes and taking a deep breath out and up, bringing those hands to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts. From my heart to yours, namaste. I hope today's practice helped you bring a little bit of peace and calm into your day and into your life. I really do encourage you, if anything came up during that Shavasana, to write down some of your thoughts, some of the ideas that came to mind, so that you really can listen to your heart's inner wisdom and start to take action on those things. If you enjoyed today's practice, please share it with someone you think could use a little more peace, calm, and clarity in their lives. And be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Maybe drop some comments down below. And we will see you next time here at Lelo Yoga and Wellness.